Hi, my name is Sean. I'm with NYC Guitar School, and today I'm going to show you how to play Don't Forget Me by Maggie Rogers. This is one of her new songs that came out not too long ago, and I think it's a great one for beginners that are interested in playing songs with more complex forms. Talking about verses that are different, or they might change depending on if you're on the first verse or the second verse. Songs with like pre-choruses and bridges and intros, different sections all kind of packed into one form. We're gonna do that while still maintaining only 5 different chord shapes. So real quickly, gonna wanna make sure you have a capo on the 1st fret of your guitar. And we're gonna go over the chords real quick. We're gonna mostly focus on the form and strumming this episode because I think that's the real meat and potatoes of this song. We've got our E minor shape, followed by the G shape, followed by the C shape, followed by the A minor shape, followed by the D shape. For the beginning of our song, we're gonna have a 4-measure intro. It's gonna have our E minor chord for 2 beats, followed by the G chord for 2 beats, and then the C chord for 4 beats. Then all of that happens again for 2 more measures. So E minor to G to C. Really quickly, I want to talk about the strumming pattern for this song. There's a handful of different ways you could do it. I kind of play it like this. And what I'm doing right there is I'm muting my strums and I'm accenting different strums. So by muting, taking the side of my palm, I'm placing it on the strings, touching it kind of lightly near the bridge of the guitar. So I get this sound. And by accenting, I mean I'm emphasizing certain strums and I'm letting other ones be a little bit lighter. So it's gonna be kind of a 16th note pattern. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... But I'm gonna play the quarter notes with a bit of an accent. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. So I'm accenting some of those quarter notes, or the first beat of each set of 16th notes. Sometimes I might only do 1 and 3, and I think that works really, really well. If the palm muting is too tricky though, you can just play straight 16s. And that sounds great. Or if 16th notes are too tricky, you could simplify it even more. You could do 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and I think that works great too if you're playing by yourself or with the recording. Any of those rhythms work just fine, I think, for learning the song. Moving on from the intro, we have a verse that is very similar to the intro. We have the same pattern of chords. We have E minor to G, followed by 4 beats of C. That whole progression repeats again. The 3rd time it repeats, we're gonna add an A minor to that measure of C. So we're gonna have C for 2 beats, then A minor. And then we return to the original progression of E minor, G, and then C. So that should sound like this. So that is the whole first verse. Moving on from there, we have a very short pre-chorus. This is 1 measure of A minor, 1 measure of C, another measure of A minor, and another measure of C. Same strumming pattern, although to be honest, I think if you're playing this by yourself and accompanying yourself, leaving the chords open sounds really good. But if you want to play it with the strumming pattern, that sounds great too, I think. After our 4-measure pre-chorus, we move on to the chorus, which is gonna be a little different from the previous portions of the song. We're gonna have G, C, A minor, to C. And those are all in split measures, so 2 beats each. We're gonna repeat that progression 2 more times. Then the next 2 measures, we're gonna have a full measure of A minor, and then a full measure of C. Of course, you can keep that same strumming pattern going the whole time. It could be a great opportunity to open up and play with a little bit less muting. After all, it is the chorus. You could play something like this. After the measure of A minor, going to the measure of C, we return to that same progression from the intro. This is where she sings "Don't Forget Me," so that could be a little bit of a cue. We're gonna have E minor to G to C once again, and then repeating. After this, we're gonna go back to another verse. We're gonna have another pre-chorus and another chorus, but this time the second chorus is gonna be slightly different from the first chorus. The first 8 measures of the chorus are gonna be exactly the same. The final 4 measures are going to be different. This time, we're gonna have G to C to A minor to C again, and then that repeats again. G to C to A minor to C. After that, we come to the last new section of the song, which is the bridge. We have a full measure of D, a full measure of C, a full measure of D, a full measure of A minor, another full measure of D, a full measure of A minor, full measure of C, full measure of A minor, and then we're back to our progression from the chorus. G, and that is how you play "Don't Forget Me" by Maggie Rogers. Those are all the sections of the song. You can put them together, try it out with the recording for yourself. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials coming out soon. Thanks for watching.